Hi, I watched EIEN no KINOU, and here's my review. Koichi and Mitsuru are strongly attracted to each other and they decide to become friends. One day, Koichi gets hit by a truck, however, he gets up like nothing happened. The theme can seem a bit weird, and granted, it is a bit. To some extent, I agree it is, but I think it's a drama that is completely worth to watch. The OST is very good, very pretty, there is some very emotional songs in it. The acting is also great. Very strong delivery from the main characters. Nothing to say on that. And of course, the drama that I think is very beautiful and contains a lot of powerful messages about growing up, especially, but also a lot of other things. So yeah, it's not because it has a weird concept, if I can say, that the story and the drama in itself are weird. No, it's very well told, and although sometimes I think some questions or some points in the plot and everything around this weird concept are maybe not explained correctly or make you wonder about a lot of things. It's still a very good drama. Despite this, it's not that much of a problem and it's pretty much explained and wrapped nicely in the end. This drama, or how to spend an entire episode crying. My gosh. My gosh, my gosh. So I knew starting the drama with the concept, it seemed like it was going to have a sad ending. It was pretty much a given, I think. Still, I hoped until the very end that there would be some kind of miracle or something like that. But there's no such thing as miracles sometimes in Dramaland. And so, yeah, how to spend a whole last episode crying. Oh, wow. Really couldn't stop from start to finish. Entire time, you tell me if it was the same for you, because wow, I haven't cried like that for such a long time. So usually I wouldn't watch a drama that I know is going to have a bad ending, but since I didn't check for definitive to be sure it was going to be a sad ending, I still had some hope, like I just said. So that's why I still gave this drama a chance. Otherwise, if I knew from certain, I think I wouldn't have watched it. Honestly, this is a pretty drama, and mostly I think in the messages it tries to convey. When I started this drama, I actually didn't remember that I talked about it with someone else. I think because I have the name in Japanese and we talked about it with the English name with this person. So I completely forgot. And actually, when a certain scene came up and he said, "A man who likes men," this conversation came back to my mind. And so basically what we were saying and what I was able to see myself watching this drama is that it's often blurry in BLs. They don't really name things for what they are. For example, we rarely see a guy saying "I am gay" or "I like other men." It's often just they fall in love for a man and that's it, it's stopped like that. And it's also often when they come out to their families or some friends, even then they don't necessarily say it this way, but more like, "I fell in love with this person" or "I fell in love with a man." But they don't say very bluntly, "I love men" or "I am homosexual." And so yeah, it's true for myself. Firstly, I realized our conversation, but at the same time, it's true that it also gave me not kind of a little shock seeing this, because it's true that we don't often see this kind of very realization from a character, and very openly, if I can say, talking about it and naming it for what it is. Also, the guilt it talks about falling for another man, and especially a friend, is not something I can understand because I don't consider myself liking other girls. So I can understand maybe some kind of guilt to some degree towards a friend. This I can understand, but I think it has so much more to it if being of the same gender, and it's something that I really started to think about after this conversation I had with this person, that it's something that I've never really thought about before. And now that I've talked about it with this person and also seeing it in this drama, it's something that, yeah, I really came to realize fully, if I can say, and now can really try to imagine and feel what it must feel like. Yeah, so honestly, this drama has very good points, very good messages to offer. Other than that, I really enjoyed the story. It's true that it's a bit weird. It's a bit, yeah, it's just a bit weird. A guy who gets up like this, but is dead already. It's pretty weird, but still, thanks to the messages, like I said, and sometimes how funny it can be, despite being so serious. Sometimes it's a very, very strong story, and yeah, also, I have to mention it, but I feel like for a Japanese drama, a BL Japanese drama in particular, it's pretty daring. We get kisses, we even get, we don't get a bed scene, but we get implied that they are going into a bed scene. So it's quite daring in the sense that Japanese BLs, I tend to see them with no kisses. Or maybe just one quick little peck, but even then, that's a huge thing. So, yeah, really, really impressed with this drama in all its points, really. Ultimately, the only thing that bothered me a bit in the drama, but really slightly, and actually fades away as the drama progresses, is how Omi reacts to the whole thing, because I couldn't help but put myself in his shoes and imagine if it was me, if the guy I loved had been hit by a truck and was dead and was probably one day just disappear like that and being really dead and not there anymore. And I was feeling so sad. I felt like the world would be ending. I would be so depressed all the time, crying and just being so, I think, clingy to my boyfriend, because I wouldn't want him to go. I would be miserable. I'm sure I would be. So it was weird for me to see Omi being this okay with it, this cool with it. Like, it didn't seem to be in so much pain, and that it was okay, it's alright. It was a bit funny, but at the same time I thought that maybe he was keeping everything inside, and as the drama progresses, we discover little by little that indeed he is keeping his feelings inside of himself. And the more the drama goes on, the more he starts to crack and the more his feelings start to go out. So yeah, this is a little thing that did bother me for a while in the drama, but slowly got a lot better as he started to crack. Yeah, and I think it's just because if it was me, I would break down from the very beginning and I wouldn't wait. Maybe sometimes I would try to be strong for the other person as well. Of course, I would try to, especially if the other person told me they wanted to enjoy this time and everything. Of course, I would try it, but it doesn't happen this way in this drama. And so, since I wouldn't react the same way he did, for me it was difficult to understand how he could react this way. But when you think about it, it remains very true to his characters and how he is very introverted and keeps everything for himself on a daily basis. But anyway, this is already all I have to say about EIEN no Kino. I enjoyed this drama a lot and I completely recommend it if you haven't watched it. If you've watched it, don't hesitate to tell me your thoughts about it, and yeah, just what you thought about this drama in general. I think it's a very pretty and beautiful drama with a lot of very good messages, and so I hope it can reach a lot of people, of course. Bye bye!